Good morning, guys. I am sitting outside of the school. I have a few moments before I go in, and so I wanted to make a quick video just kind of clarifying a few things. I've had some questions from different people who saw my video, the last video, and the one before that. And so a few people have asked me a few questions, so I thought I'd come on here real quick and kind of clarify things. Plus, I wanted to show you guys the trucks, and I'll include that somewhere in this video because I didn't get a chance to show you the trucks when I took you on the tour of the school. The trucks are actually here. I think I said in my very first video that I thought the trucks were off-site because I never saw them when I came and met with the director. But they're actually in the back of the building. Like I said, there's a bunch of other facilities within this building. Like I said, there's a beauty school, there's a technological school, there's some kind of office over here, and a bunch of other businesses within this large complex, I guess. But on the back side of the complex is the yard where all the trucks are. And so I'll show you guys those. But I wanted to clarify a few things. I wanted to, and I am going to make a video about the instructors at most of these trucking schools. And I say that even though this is the only school that I've been to, but I know the experience that I've had thus far. It's the administrator pulling in. I know the experience that I've had thus far. And I know some of the comments that I've seen on other people's videos where they're talking about the school that they've attended, and some of the issues or the things that they experienced or witnessed while they were there. So when I made the comment about there being a void or there being something, with these instructors, I wasn't specifically talking about the instructors at my school. It includes them, but I wasn't limiting it to just them. There seems to be a problem of sorts with a lot of the instructors from a lot of these schools. And like I said, we're not going to get into a whole lot of detail in this video, but we are going to talk about that at some point. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be a pattern. A lot of people have had issues with the training that they've received or the way the instructors instruct, or I don't know, maybe it's a mentality amongst these instructors, but there's something there. There's something there. And then too, I wanted to talk about these last 2 weeks that have transpired. It's been rough, like I said, with all of the weather setbacks, the cold weather. I was kind of expecting it. This is Chicago. This is Illinois. This is winter time. We always have rough winters. Either it's like extra frigid outside, I'm like Arctic blast, Arctic cold, nor'easters and all of that, or you got like 6-7 feet of snow. Okay, I might be exaggerating just a tinge. But a lot of freaking snow. We have huge mounds of snow around here. It's real icy, real slippery, or you get a combination of all of that. So I was kind of expecting that the weather would be bad. It's wintertime. And like I said, for me, I saw it as an advantage over the other classes because we get to learn how to handle these vehicles under these type of conditions. Not that we're going to be in this all the time unless we plan on staying here in the Midwest and only doing like local jobs. I don't plan on doing that. I'm trying to get as far away from here as possible, as soon as possible, and for as long as possible. Yeah, this is gonna be my last year in my house, and we're definitely gonna get this bus done this year. Prayerfully, it's gonna be done this year. But yeah, besides all of the weather stuff that's been going on, and then the school closures, it's just been rough. This last snowstorm that we had, the roads became icy after some of that snow started melting because we still had cold temps. So even though it was melting when the sun was out during the day, in the evening it would get really cold. So what had melted, the water that was on the ground, would turn to ice. So when you come out in the next morning, you got a sheet of ice on everything. So walking was hazardous, driving was hazardous. We had a lot of accidents on the road. And so that particular day that we had really, really slippery roads, really slippery sidewalks, we got a call from the instructor saying that they were going to start, that the COD said that classes were delayed for the day and that they wouldn't be opening up until noon. So we got a late start on that day. And so when I learned that the roads were slippery and all of that, I went out to my driveway and I put some salt down because I have a long driveway. And it's kind of on a hill at the top. So I put some ice on the driveway so that when I got ready to pull out of my driveway, I wouldn't slide out into the street. So I put some salt down and moved my, no I didn't move my truck. I left my truck there. And then when I think 11 o'clock, 11:15 came around, I went outside to start making my way, to warm up the truck and start making my way to school. And couldn't get out of my driveway. Got stuck in my driveway because where the water had melted from the previous days all ran over into my grass. Again, my driveway is kind of on a hill. So all of the grass and everything had gotten really soaked and got really muddy. So as I'm trying to back up, you got to kind of visualize this. My bus is on one side, the Escalade is in front of it, and the Jimmy is usually parked on the side of the two of them. Now from my Jimmy at the top of my driveway to the edge of my driveway, there's not a whole lot of space between where the driveway ends and the grass begins. So the closer you get to the edge of the driveway, there's even less driveway and there's more grass. So I'm gonna roll over the grass at some point. So when I got to that grassy part, because it had been so wet, so saturated, and had turned to mud, my truck got stuck in that mud and I couldn't move forward or go backwards. And so I called the director and I was like, you won't believe this. I said, but I'm stuck in my driveway. And so I tried for a while to get out of that spot. And I was looking to, flag down somebody to see if maybe they can come and push me from the back, at least push me back up into my parking spot or whatever. Nobody's available. So then I started looking around my driveway, my garage, and I knew I had some cardboard boxes in there. So I grabbed a couple of those and I put them over the spots where it was really muddy to try to get some traction. I put them underneath my tires and I put them over the spots where it was really muddy. Truck still would not move. I'm like, I can't believe this. And I was so close to my bus. I was so close to hitting it. And so I'm like, what the crap? So I grabbed a bag of salt and I poured it on the ground in front of the cardboard and in front of my tires to hopefully try to give it some more traction. And when I went to do that, I slipped. I didn't fall, but I slipped. And in the process of me slipping, I re-triggered the sciatica. Yeah, it was some horrible pain. It was some horrible pain. I almost couldn't stand up. But I had to try to get my truck out of that spot, and I had to try to get to school because we've already missed 5 days. So I'm trying to, I need to be at school. So finally, I was able to get my truck back up the driveway. And then I just came down, reversed back out of the driveway as quickly as possible to get over that spot that I was stuck in. And so I made it out the driveway and I made it to school. I was only 5 minutes late. Everybody was in the yard, so I went straight to the yard. But this sciatica is kicking my butt. It is kicking my butt. It's not as bad as me having to go to the hospital again, but oh my gosh, the weather, the school closures, the sciatica, plus every other, aspect of life that you got to deal with. Oh my gosh, these 2 weeks have been rough, have been tremendously rough. I'm taking pain pills every day, and I can't wait until school is over at this point because I don't want to take pain medicine every day. I know that's not good for my liver, and I don't want to be on these meds, but I have to in order to get through the day here. We're doing a lot of standing, going over the inspection on these trucks. And then driving isn't bad. The seats are comfortable, so I can drive with no problem. But that doesn't mean I don't have any pain, but I could still drive. So yeah, it's been challenging. It's been quite challenging. And then, like I say, having to deal with the personalities of some of the characters that are here on a daily basis can be quite annoying. And all of these folks are over 20. I know there's like one or two that's 20 or 22 years old, but the rest of these folks I think are at least in their 30s or 40s, and they act like kids. They act like children, and it's sad. It's sad. But it is what it is. And I'm going to make it through this thing. I am going to succeed at this. And let me say this too. Even if I don't pass, if I get tested on Monday on the driving part, which I still think I'm not ready for. Even if I do get tested on Monday and I fail, I still have 2 more chances to take the test. I still have 2 more chances. And like I said, the instructors are only here every 2 weeks. So if I fail it once, I have 2 weeks to practice before I could take it again. If I fail it twice, then I have another 2 weeks to practice before I can take it again. Then after those 3 tries, I'll have to pay for another CDL permit. And then I have 3 more tries to take it. So it's not, if I fail this, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. This is I'm looking at it from the positive side. It's not the end of the world. I have more tries to take it. And I think after that second round of 3 tries, you can't take it for another 6 months. I want to pass it the first time. I want to pass it the first time. I want this over and done with. I want to be done with this pre-trip, all of this memorization stuff, the skills, and the driving test. First time I take these tests, I want to pass them And I don't want to have to be bothered with this anymore. Because 99% of the time, 99%, whatever company I'm working for or will be working for, I'm going to be driving an automatic truck anyway. The only reason for testing on a manual vehicle is so that there's no restrictions on your license, which is kind of silly because most of the companies are switching over to automatic trucks anyway, but they still don't want you to have a restriction on your license because some of these companies will not hire you even though all of their fleet is automatic. They don't like to see that restriction on your license. So like I said, I chose this school, one, because it's more hands-on with the trucks than any other school that I saw besides the one in Georgia, Pennsylvania. I forget where it's at. The other school that I like. And then two, I like this school because they were training us on the manual trucks. And I wanted to have that experience, whether I use it or not. I wanted to have that experience. So if there's ever a situation where my truck breaks down, there's no guarantee that they're going to send me, the replacement is going to be an automatic truck. And so if I can't drive the truck that they send me, that's money that the company is losing, and that's money that I'm losing waiting for them to send me a vehicle that I can drive. So I didn't want to put myself in that position. So yeah, even though it's difficult, a little more difficult than I thought it would be, I'm getting there. And eventually I'm going to get this thing and I'm going to pass this test. But I just wanted to clear up some of the questions or thoughts that people might have had about this process. If I fail this test, it's not the end of the world. I do have other chances. I personally just want to pass it the first time going. So anyway, guys, I got to get ready to get inside. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comment section. I have no problems answering them, unless they're extremely personal and none of your business. No, I'm just saying. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. Be well, stay blessed, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care, guys. Bye.